Okay, so it is the middle of March 2021, and I keep getting a lot of questions about what's going on in the car market right now, specifically used, because that's where I'm at. This is all going to be from an aspect of an independent used car dealer. No experience in the new car side, but that has had some effect on what's going on with our market right now. I'm currently going to 3 physical auctions a week, so I'm seeing all this firsthand. When I'm not at physical auctions, then I am online buying some dealer-to-dealer websites that I buy from, as well as like simulcast sales, things like that. So I'm watching and have been watching the market closely for a long time. It is harder now to buy a used car for the dealer than it ever has been, or at least since the mid-90s, since I've had the experience in it. So what everybody's wondering is, number one, you drive by all these new car dealerships and, they have a third of their normal new car inventory. So this all goes back to roughly a year ago, whenever, we had the shutdown and manufacturers quit building cars for a few months. That never has really caught up, and then we have a new issue, which a lot of people have probably heard, the microchip shortage and issue there. And since just about every car that we manufacture now has sensors, modules, computers, all that mess, which all requires microchips, or most of them anyway, and without those chips, they can't build the cars. So the new car dealers that I've spoken with are still being told by the manufacturers to not expect, full inventory. I don't know that they have an actual outline as to when things will be back to normal as far as that stuff goes. So that brings us to used cars. So the shortage of new cars caused the used car demand to rise. So with not enough new cars on the market, you still had people needing vehicles, so they started looking for used. And like with any other case of supply and demand, it causes prices to rise. Now the issue here right now is prices are rising so fast in the used car market that our guides that we use, Black Book, NADA, Manheim Market Report, they can't keep up. The prices are raising so fast. Even updating their platforms on a weekly basis, and some of them don't update them that often. They just cannot keep up with the change. So 2 things. One, don't expect when you go out to buy a used vehicle from a dealer, possibly even an individual right now, don't expect to go online and look at one of your guides or look at some sort of valuation figure and expect to buy that car for that price. Odds are you're probably not going to be able to do that. It's just passed down. It's like with any other industry. When prices go up for a vendor or a dealer, that has to be passed on to the consumer. It happens with all kinds of things, fuel, milk. Stuff that you just buy on a regular basis. There are things that we have and need, and we still continue to buy, even though we don't like paying what we have to pay. So that's kind of where we are right now. We're having to pay a lot more for vehicles than we want to. But, like with our lot, we've gotten so low on inventory. There was just a few weeks ago, I literally had 2 vehicles for sale on my entire lot. And so it's been a struggle. Trying not to pay some of these crazy prices today. The auction that I went to today, just for reference, got there out of 600-700 cars. I had probably 17 or 18 cars marked on my list to potentially purchase. My price is written down, and I literally got blown out of the water on every car. And I'm not talking about got beat by $500. I'm talking about from $1,000 to as much as $3,000. So that'll just give you an idea. And I'm trying to buy strong, but I'm also trying to think about my end customer as well. So those are the reasons the market is so crazy. Those are the reasons that you're seeing such low inventory numbers on dealers' lots. I've read a ton of articles. I've watched a ton of interviews. Some people are saying that they think the market will start to soften as early as May or June of this year. I don't know from what I'm seeing that could happen. And when they say soften, I think they mean by a very small margin. So, get used to a higher car market for a little while until things can catch up. It has affected even rental car. I talked to a person the other day, a dealer in Florida, that had cash sold a young man a vehicle in Florida that literally just did business in Florida, that normally rented a car, but could no longer do so because, number one, when he flew into Florida, he never knew if they were going to have a rental car available, and two, when he did, the prices were so astronomical that it was cheaper for him just to pay cash for a car and leave it there in Florida, to do business. Because with rental car markets, they keep their cars a year or two. They take them to auction. I see them all the time when I go. They're used to, not anymore. But what happened was they sold their inventory out, expecting 21s, 22s, to roll in every year like they have forever. Well, the cars aren't there. They don't have them. So that's an issue that they're running into. So that their lower volume has caused their prices to go up because they're renting less cars because they don't have them. They don't have the inventory either. So it's a mess of a market, honestly, right now. Really don't know when it might correct itself. Hopefully soon. I hate not to have a decent amount of inventory available, for our customers. I mean, that's what we're there for. We're there to sell cars. But hopefully this will clear a few things up for you and maybe help you understand what's going on as of right now. And like I say, this is as of March 21, middle of March 21. And it's changing so fast that this could be a totally different situation in 30 to 60 days. I just don't know. But hopefully that will clear things up a little bit for you. If you got any questions or, got something to add to it, throw it down in the comments of the video. I'm obviously always learning and listening to things that I'm reading and different podcasts I listen to that are dealer related. And we've also got some conventions coming up for our state and national associations this summer, one in July and one in August. So I see that being a very high talked about topic in those conventions. So, I hope something changes before then, but if not, then we should definitely get some really good industry updates by that point.